Welcome to Rucifail. So I'm still up at Volovo. I've made myself the start of a little base here. I've got a crate hidden under the bed, and I've started to board up a window, and I'm thinking about boarding up the door. For the time being, I've just been locking the doors whenever I log out, just to let me know if someone's been poking around or not. As you can see, I'm in a lot better state than I was at the end of the last video, so I have been spending a few days up here. Basically go out, do a loot round, see what's in the town, see what I can see, and then go back to my little base and keep working on that. I have found that the infected in Volovo are very much more playful, so I don't know if that's deliberate or not, or if that's just how it seems to be. And this little guy, so peekaboo. I do seem to spend a lot of time hiding in houses and then killing a lot of infected afterwards. Apart from all the infected, it's very quiet in Volovo. I haven't seen or heard any other players, not even any distant gunshots. So it's obviously a little bit out of the way, but it is still kind of central, which is odd. What is that? What is that? Yeah, subscribe, but what is that? I've never seen that before. Kind of cool, but is it good? Is it bad? Should I be worried? I'm not sure why I did that. Volovo is full of infected. And here they all come. I managed to hide out in the house for a while, and then I go tidy up the mess I made. Volovo does seem to have a large number of infected. I know I keep saying it, but there's just something about this town. And I'm pretty certain this guy spawns every 5 minutes, same as this guy. But each day is starting to feel a bit like Groundhog Day. I spawn in, I check my crate under the bed, make sure it's still there. I run off and do a loot run. The lack of, I guess, interaction with other players, even though I don't usually interact with them, the lack of any idea that there's any other players around. There's no gunshots, there's no signs of anyone looted this town. Really quite eerie. And the days are getting very monotonous. After living in Polovo for a bit over a week, it's time to move on. I've headed down the road a little bit. I'm in Novi Soba, I believe. Doesn't look like anyone has been in the police station, so I decide to go in and see what I can find. We are approaching a server reset, and all the doors still being shut makes me think that maybe it hasn't been looted in a while. I loot my way through the police station, but I don't find much at all. And then I hear a dog. I'm not too concerned, as all the doors to the police station are shut. I decide to make some noise as it's getting close to server reset. I see if the noise that I make attracts any zombies, and if the wolves will fight with the zombies, or if the zombies will fight with the wolves. And it's worked. I've got more infected here now. Hopefully they will deal with the wolves for me, or the wolves will deal with the infected. As the server reset is approaching, I make my way downstairs and lock myself in this room near the exit. I decide that I will log out of the server in here, and as soon as the server is online again, I will log back in and move on. Hopefully the wolves will have moved on by that time. I've made my way well across the map now. I'm right up in the northeastern corner of the map at Balea Poliana. It's probably the most isolated town on the map. Not too many spawn near here. But I want to try and set up a bit of a survivor camp up here. So for anyone who does spawn up here, there'll be food, there'll be clothing, there'll be maybe weapons, just to help them on their way. So as you can see, I've got quite a farm going. I've planted a lot of tomatoes, and I've also got some other fruit and vegetables growing in here too. I light a fire and then go gather some more firewood for it. I want to dry all the tomatoes that I've gathered, and I've got a couple of pears in there at the moment, which I've overcooked. They're completely burnt. But that's not a worry. I have a whole heap of tomatoes that I can dry out, and I want to set them up near the fountain in town here, so that anyone passing through can fill up on food and water. I've got so many tomatoes, I need to empty all my pockets, so I'm ready to go. Wait till you see how many I've got, it's quite amazing. It's a lot of food for just one person, so I'm hoping I do help some other players out. So with all the tomatoes now gathered, I run back inside and I start to dry them all in the stove. As I'm drying all the tomatoes, I'll make myself a wooden crate. Then when the fire goes out, I put all the tomatoes into the wooden crate so it's ready to go near the fountain for any survivors who come across it. The infected in Balea Polyana, whilst they're still aggro, they just don't seem quite as aggro or as keen as those in Volovo. So I do wonder if there is something with the map that makes those either spawn more frequently or make them a little bit more aggro. They're a little bit more relaxed here. So I've already placed a water bottle and a bone knife here in case anyone comes by. I'm sure it won't stay there that long, but the tomatoes in the wooden crate should stay here for quite some time. I'm not 100% happy with the placement of that crate, so I'll try again. I end up living in Balea Polyana maybe a week. Just down the road there is a little hunter's camp, I think you'd call it, but it goes by the name, I can't remember what it is, but it translates to schoolboy, so I wonder if it's meant to be a little school camp or something like that. I'm not sure. Every day I log in, I come down, I check the crate, and nothing's changed. No one's taken any food. I persist for another week or so, and eventually I give up. The little survivor camp isn't working the way I hoped, so I gather all the belongings I can, and I take some of the food myself, and I decide to head a little bit further inland to Novodimitrivska, I think it's called, Novodimitrivska. Everyone just calls it Novo. So with everything I can carry now on me, I run down to Novo. I really enjoyed living in Cherno that time, but it was a little too close to the coast. I'm hoping living in Novo, I will challenge myself a little further by meeting some players who may be a bit better geared and get that city living that I seem to enjoy so much. That's kind of cool. I think I'm going to like living here. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end, guys. I'm loving your comments and I'm loving the engagement that you're having in the comment section. So please, if you do have any questions or any suggestions for me, please put them down in the comment section. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.